responsibility, not telling others what is right for them, but making their own choices and accepting those consequences. Who would Jesus bomb? This question is primarily addressing a Christian audience, but the same issue faces the Muslims and the Jews. God's message is tolerance and love, not self-righteousness and hatred. Please consider, thou shalt not kill, and as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Not a lot of ambiguity there. What is God? God is the force of life, the spark of creation. We each carry it within us. We share it with each other. Whether we are conscious of the life force is a choice we make every minute of every day. If you choose to ignore it, nothing will happen. You are just less conscious. Maybe you are less happy. Maybe not. Maybe you grow able to tap into the universal force and increase the creativity in the universe. Love is anti-entropy. Please notice that conscious and conscious are related concepts. Why God? What is the value? Whether committee consensus of a benevolent power that works through humans or giant fungus under Oregon, the value of opening up to the concept of God is in coming to the realization that we are not alone, establishing a connection to the universe, the experience of finding contemplation. As individuals, we may exist alone, but we are all alone together as a people. Faith is the answer to fear. Fear opposes love. To manipulate through fear is a betrayal of trust. What does God want? No big mystery. Simply that we try to help each other. We decide to make God-like decisions, rescuing falling sparrows, or putting the poor things out of their misery. Tolerance, giving, acceptance, forgiveness. If this sounds like a lot of pop psychology, that is my exact goal. Never underestimate the value of a pep talk and a pat on the ass. That is basically all we give to our brave soldiers heading over to Iraq, and more than they receive when they return. I want to state these ideas in their simplest form, reducing all complexity, because each of us has to find our own answers anyway. Start from here. I am amazed how many people think they know me, even people who I have never talked with. Many people will think I should not be able to choose the time and manner of my own death. My position is that I only get one death. I want it to be a good one. Wouldn't it be better to stand for something or make a statement rather than fiery collision with some drunk driver? Are not smokers choosing death by lung cancer? Where is the dignity there? Are not the people who disregard the environment? Killing themselves and future generations? Here is the statement I want to make. If I am required to pay for your barbaric war, I choose not to live in your world. I refuse to finance the mass murder of innocent civilians who did nothing to threaten our country. I will not participate in your charade. My conscience will not allow me to be part of your crusade. There might be some who say it's a coward's way out. That opinion is so idiotic that it requires no response. From my point of view, I am opening a new door. What is one more life thrown away in this sad and useless national tragedy? If one death can atone for anything in any small way, to say to the world, I apologize for what we have done to you. I am ashamed for the mayhem and turmoil caused by my country. I was alive when John F. Kennedy instilled hope into a generation, and I was a sorry witness to the final crushing of hope by Dick Cheney's puppet, himself a pawn of the real rulers, of the financial plunderers and profit from every calamity, following the template of Reagan's idiocracy. The upcoming elections are not a solution. Our two-party system is a failure of democracy. Our government has lost its way since our founders tried to build a structure which allowed people to practice their own beliefs, as far as it did not negatively affect others. In that regard, the separation of church and state needs to be reviewed. This is a large part of the way that the world has gone wrong. The endless defining and dividing of things, micro-sub-categorization, sectarianism. The direction we need is a process of unification, integrating all people into a world body, respecting each individual. Business and industry have more power than ever before, and individuals have less. Clearly, the function of government is to protect the individual from hardship and disease, from zealots, from the exploitation, from monopoly, even from itself. Our leaders are not wise persons with integrity and vision. They are actors, reading from teleprompters, whose highest goal is to stir up the mob. Our country slaughters Arabs, abandons New Orleans, and ignores the dying environment. Our economy is a house of cards, as hollow and fragile as our reputation around the world. We as a nation face the abyss of our own design. A coalition system which includes a Green Party would be an obvious better approach than our winner-take-all system. Direct electronic debate and balloting would be an improvement over our non-representative Congress. Consider that the French people actually have a voice because they are willing to riot when the government doesn't listen to them.
Hey, what?
Any people, anywhere, being inclined and having the power, have the right to rise up and shake off the existing government. Abraham Lincoln. With regard to those few who crossed my path carrying the extreme and unnecessary weight of animosity, they seemed by their efforts to be punishing themselves, and they acted out of the misery of their lives. It is now difficult to feel anything other than pity for them. Without fear, I now go to God. Your future is what you will choose today.
That was very beautifully read, Sherry. Malachi, November 3rd, 2006 in Chicago. Rest in peace. And I hope that his sister takes some solace in what we're doing and what people in Chicago are doing tonight. This event was hosted by the Columbus chapter of World Can't Wait. Drive out the Bush regime. There will be no savior from the Democratic Party. Memo to voters.